Hello. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. There we go. Left and right stereo channels. Hello. I hope this works. Hello. Good. Yeah, this should be working. Yeah. Oh, I don't see you online. That's interesting. And Mary Crop should be joining us too. She's another storyline developer. You know what? I wonder. So the link YouTube page, event page. Because you shouldn't have to hit play. I already did that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Invite people, hang out. Let's see. I'm gonna... Where are you? Frank Cotton. Yeah. Right, you should just be able to, like, go in, because I think, and this happened to me too, I think I had a, like, it looked like something was playing in the background for me, and I closed that other window, and, there we go. Let's see. Try it. I'm about to send you another link. Because I'm wondering if the link that I sent wasn't like the presenter's link in a way. There you go. I see you now. All right, can you hear me? Do you have your headphones on? Because I'm speaking. Okay, you do hear me twice. All right, yeah. Let's hang up and we'll do the. Let's see. I can't hear you though yet. If you're talking. inspect, view as page source, translate. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Hang on. Okay.
And how about now?
Oh, yeah, well, I can hear you through. Speak again.
Hello?
Yeah, I can. Wow, that's weird. Why am I? Let's see. I can hear you. Speakers,
Okay.
headphones. Wait a minute. Default. Speak again.
Yeah, I'm right
There
here.
we go. There we go. It was weird. I was adjusting my settings, and initially I could hear you through my computer, not
Oh,
through my headphones, even though I had my headphones on, which was bizarre. But okay.
so we got it now. Awesome.
Yeah, this is great. Uh, Now I could just remember what I clicked before. Oh, there we go. That because I want to send this to Mary as
To
well.
Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, Mary, use this link. Okay. She said that she was jumping into a meeting and to send her the contact stuff. So I don't know if how easily she's going to be able to get out of that meeting or how long that's going on or anything. So let's see. I'm going to share. Um,
And did you get the different version I sent last night? You did.
yeah, it should be
Yep.
D1.1.
Exactly. Yeah. I said yesterday. I said, let me try doing this stuff as different scenes and see if I, break it out of just the one scene and separate it out into different scenes. If it'll be, any better or what.
Yeah. It was interesting with I think it was in one of the articles that we had read that xAPI doesn't like layers and that everything needs
Right.
to be its own. So I actually started adjusting my own storyline development for the work that I do here at Brother and trying to avoid having stuff on layers.
Makes
In
sense.
Yeah, just in anticipation of being able to go mobile when we go that route. So there's not a whole lot of extra work that I have to do.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah. So let's see. There was you wanted to be able to. I wonder if I. So let me show you. I'm gonna stop my screen sharing and then start it up again. Because I want to show you some of the work that I'm doing. So I have this whole, like up here is the training room where I have my mouse right now, and
Okay.
they're gonna click on a whole bunch of different links, and it'll take them over to like this area right here is one whole interaction where there's a bunch of
Okay.
things that they can click on. So if I go in there and I have a number of variables that are set as true false variables,
Yep.
and when the screen, so it's change the variable from false to true. So change the variable to true when the timeline starts. So they've hit that screen and the variable changes to true. So they've hit that particular screen. When all of these, and then I have an event occurring that when all of the variables that are associated with this interaction are true, something happens. Like I, um, on this screen here, and let me open that one. I have a little checkbox because I also have some interactions after they've hit all of the slides that I want them to see,
Yeah.
and they don't have to go through the quiz. They can if they want to. So I have actually two states. It's I don't know if you can see it. It's very pale.
Yeah, I see a check mark on
Yeah,
top
the
of
little
that.
check mark.
Actually, on
So
top of
it's
both of them.
yeah. So it's if they only go through the information on the slides, it shows up as partial complete.
Okay.
And then if they go into the quiz, when they hit the submit button on each of the interactions or the
Mm-hmm.
questions that I have, then I've labeled that as full complete.
Okay, I
Does
see
that is
that.
that
Yeah.
is that make it so I'm using the variables to, once they hit the slide. Now I have no
Yeah.
control over, and I think Mary's joining us. I have no control over how long they stay on the slide. But
Right.
that gets to the whole adult learning principles and stuff that we just have to trust that when they decide to do something, they're being truthful and that they're actually gonna read the information on the screen and you know all that kind of stuff.
You would hope.
You would hope, but there's only so much that we can do. You can lead a horse to water.
Yeah. So that's what
Mary,
that's what I was trying.
Hello.
hey Mary, how you doing?
Hi, Mary.
Good. How are
Can,
you?
good, good. Can barely hear you.
Sorry. I'm in an
That's
office, shared office, so I'm trying
there
not
you
to
go.
speak too loudly.
Ah, so I was just showing Frank on he's already created some stuff based on the storyboards that we had gotten,
Awesome.
and he had wanted to create it so that when users hit certain screens, it indicates that they've hit that screen. And I was showing him on one of the courses that I'm creating for my job that I've set up a series of variables that when they hit a particular screen, when the timeline actually starts, they the variable changes from false to true, and when all of the variables that I've designated are now true, have a check mark show up.
Cool.
So I'm wondering if that doesn't satisfy what you need, and I'm sure we could make this a little bit more sophisticated if we need to. So I'll actually stop sharing this, and we'll go back to the dinner party one. There we go. So this is what Frank has put together so far. You really do have a lot of stuff going on at your office.
Yeah, should I go somewhere else?
Are you on an open mic? Because I'm just surprised that it's picking up that much noise. Why do I feel like I'm missing a meeting?
No.
Okay.
But it's, yeah, it is busy. It's hot. Why don't I'll mute until I'm talking. I'll put it.
Okay. All right. So
So
Frank,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
Uh,
was just gonna say. So I tried to play around with some of the variables last night. And I don't know if it's possible to do it. If it is possible, I'm not sure how to do it. I know if we're working with a text variable, we could have that text, easily right over to another screen. But if we're selecting a button, if I'm selecting spaghetti or pizza or, chicken or whatever it was, is there a way to get the text that's already inside that box to write to the shopping list? Um, so like when you pick your main dish or when you pick your side dish, that it would actually write to the list itself. Like in the beginning we say enter your name, so they enter their name, and then we have that show up on the second slide. But how would that work when they're selecting a button? I'm pretty much able to figure out how to get that check mark to show up that they clicked on, spaghetti or whatever. But now I just want to capture that information into the list.
yeah.
Would it be a states issue then? You change the state of the.
That's where I was thinking. Did you hear that, Frank?
State, okay.
State issue. So instead of using like a check mark to say that, there's a check mark by the different things, that we have the word spaghetti, I guess, in a hidden state, and when this button is selected, and by, I guess, in addition to, there would be a variable to say when this variable, which is associated with this button, is true, this text,
Mhm.
change the state of this text from hidden to visible.
And you can change it so it shows up on the list/cart slide or on the summary slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know there's probably I'm not familiar with that. Is that something we could do right now as long as you have that open? Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, I think so. Mary, you might want to help me along on this, because I understand in principle what we want to do.
Sure.
And there's probably a more sophisticated way of doing it. Like, I'm sure that if we knew Java, you could probably do something
Put a
like that.
JavaScript in there, sure.
Yeah, and be able to, grab this variable and write it over here or something like that. But I think, as we said before, I mean, this is kind of a prototype level, and after we present this, if people want to take this as a template, they can add to it and push it forward based on their own skill level and their
Sure.
expertise. All right. So which scene should I jump to?
Jump to so actually if we can back up, jump to 8.1 first. Groceries. So this one right now, if you were under the if you were previewing this, they can click on the main dish as you saw yesterday. They can select the main dish, but if they don't select the main dish, that check mark is showing back up under the grocery. So maybe this is someplace where we have a partial true, and then when it's actually selected, it changes to a complete true. But that was just something I just wanted to mention with you. So yeah, so let's just jump to 6.1, the main dish slide then. And let's take a look at that about the
Okay.
hidden states.
Change state of add to normal when user. So when they select steak, for example,
Yeah,
it would then
when they
on the
select,
summary, or actually, I
um,
guess it would be under list cart, right?
yeah, we would want it on both the list cart as well as on the summary, because the summary is supposed to have not only just what they picked, but also to have what everyone else had picked as well.
Okay.
So when I
Like,
click on that, the add to cart button will turn to normal. It's disabled when they first come in.
yeah. All right. So let's create a variable called main dish.
All right. And that's not showing right now. I know you clicked it, but I just want to let you know.
Can you click more than one main dish?
The way I think you have it set up, Frank, right now,
They, sh
no.
they should only be able to click one main dish.
Okay, so there's a select, unselect kind of control on the slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I said we would make a variable main. I wonder why that's not showing up, because I'm on the. We'll make it a true-false variable, and we'll set it to false.
Okay.
Oh, wait, a variable with that name already exists. Oh, you already have that.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I was playing last night with it, and I got to the point. I said, "Oh, I'm done for the night."
Okay.
So,
So actually then, main dish.
and I don't know if you just want to put this in the presentation mode just to show Mary what it looks like at all.
Oh, you mean the story view?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say just to preview it so she can kind of just to
Oh.
see those buttons or whatever.
That would be great, or maybe one of you could just email me the file too.
I can forward it to. Yeah, here we go. Forward. All right. It should be on its way, Mary.
Cool, thanks.
All right. So these are disabled right now, the task and list cart. Who's invited?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And then this, I
Yeah.
guess, would there be hover states?
There would be some hovers to say, and this is the stuff that we were waiting to get that information from
Right.
Erica
So
from.
I guess just to kind of complete the scenario, it would sort of be, name, maybe allergies,
Right.
or whatever basic, as the medical profession, I guess, calls it, vital information. All right. Then, so I guess back to task. So who's invited? Okay. Now we go to shop, and we can select our main dish, and we can hover, and we can see the ingredients.
Enriched flour was the first ingredient. That's awesome.
Yeah, you probably don't want to eat that steak.
No. All right, so now it's selected, but we still need to add it to the cart, right?
Right. And then once you add it to the cart, then you can continue shopping, so you can pick up your side dish.
I see. And so right now, list to cart doesn't. I
We want
see.
Right. We want something to show up over here that says, "Hey, you pick steak," or whatever, the other
Right.
choices.
And we'll need a button on the list cart back to main,
Right. Okay.
or back to
We'll just
groceries. Yeah, we can
Yes,
add that.
we can do that.
All right.
And if I remember right, I think what they were hoping for, I have it open here. They just wanted that list cart button to expand. Yeah, when it was clicked. So, um,
Yeah.
whether it's just a hover, or if we could do that, or if it was something we actually click, we could figure that out.
Yeah, again,
I
that could
did.
be like a state thing as well, if we wanted
Mhm.
to get fancy.
Yeah, actually, that could be a light box. So we wouldn't even have to move anything. We would just, when you click it, it opens up as a light box, because I don't think
Yeah.
that's an interaction that they necessarily want to track. So that doesn't mean that we can't use um, layers. It just means that if we're doing something that has been determined that we want to track, we can't use layers for that particular interaction. But the list cart is a information for the learner. Not, I don't, if I remember right anyway. I'd have to look at the storyboard again. But I don't.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does say actor interacted with task button, and actor interacted with list cart. So
Okay,
they did want that. So we'll probably have to put some buttons on that slide.
maybe, but I think I wonder if we can't just leave it at the level of they clicked list cart button, and how much data we would need to grab.
So to still do it with the light box come up. Yeah, because they'll
Possible.
click that button to get the. Yeah, I mean I think we could be. I think we could do that. I don't see why we wouldn't, because technically the list cart wouldn't necessarily be a layer. We could have that as another slide and light box that on top.
Yeah.
I just started talking.
Okay.
Whether you got something or not.
What was the intent with the list cart click interaction? We were just trying to check whether they did it, whether they did something with
Exactly.
when they opened it, or just that they opened it.
Just that they clicked it to see what it was.
Oh, well, in that case, I think we could light box it, and as Jesse said, the interaction is on the button on the main slide, not on the layer.
Yeah. Have you seen the storyboard, Mary?
No, I haven't. I have been woefully neglectful of this group for the last couple weeks. I've been traveling and
Yeah,
out of
I
sight, out of mind.
totally understand. If you go to our Google Drive,
Okay, I'll look there.
it's all in there. There's actually two versions of it. and I'm not sure which one is which exactly. But that should give you a fuller picture of what it is that we're talking about here.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, so on the list cart page, under main dish, I'm thinking, let's see, can you see what I'm doing here?
I can.
Okay.
Wait, actually, no. Are you doing something now? 'Cause no. Oh, I can see your mouse move around. That's about it.
Okay. Well, no. I because I was moving around and had done something with some other screens and checking the Google Drive. I wasn't sure if the fact that it wasn't our Hangout wasn't the active window, if that meant that you couldn't see anything of what I was doing.
Ah, no, I can see the active. I can see the screen share that you're doing. That's cool.
Okay. This might not look very pretty, but so what are the three dishes? It's steak. Well, I don't like that. Side dish.
But we have it.
Oh, I see.
Here's what
Oops.
videos are.
Steak,
Jump.
pizza, and spaghetti.
List cart.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Mary.
So selections made. All right, so we have steak. What was it? Spaghetti.
Pizza and spaghetti.
All right. Actually, I think that's going to have to be three separate.
You could make that. I'm just thinking out loud. You could make that box. Each one a different text box and base it on the state.
Or
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, because initially I was just going to create a list of, the three things, and then I was like, well, wait a minute. You can't change the state of one line in a complete text box.
It sounds like you're saying something.
Yeah.
Okay. So the initial state for all of these, and I think I'm about to crash.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm seeing a little
Yeah,
spinning
I see
wheel
it
next
too.
to my, and I don't like the looks of that. That always makes me nervous.
Jesse, another thing that you could do is you could do the initial state is blank, and then depending on the variable, the state would change to steak or pizza or spaghetti, one box instead of three. Does that make sense?
Yes, and that would actually. So how would I do that?
So instead of making it a text box, you make it a shape, and then you put the text inside the shape, and the shape could be blank, like no color or whatever, could match the what's the word I'm looking for? No fill.
Transparent.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Tricky word on a Tuesday.
Right. All right. So shape
All right, so-
fill, no fill.
Yeah. And no outline. And then the initial state could be normal, and then your other states are steak, pizza, and spaghetti.
Ah. Ooh. Very good. All right. So steak. See, this is where group minds definitely work well together. Because
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever would have thought of that.
That's the thing that I love about the e-learning challenges is somebody always does it a different way than I would have ever imagined.
That, that's something I think that I can use in my current courses.
That's great.
So not just your screen keeps flickering, goes black, and then it shows back up.
Oh, because I think.
So I just want to make sure. So all right, so you just basically. So I'm following. We're
So you could,
creating three
yeah.
shapes: steak, pizza, and spaghetti. We're going to set them all to hidden, and then based on whatever selection they make, we change that variable to be visible to true or whatever
Yeah.
to get it to pop up, and we just stick them right on top of each other like that.
Because you're only going to have um, one state at a
One,
time.
right.
There we go. Okay. So then, I guess, change state of. And this is where naming objects is really important, because if I'd named this, I would have known exactly which text box. But rectangle 1, change state of rectangle 1 to steak when, I think we're going to have to use,
Yeah.
You're going to have to use
when,
not a true false variable, but
right,
a either a number variable or a selected variable.
yeah. So back on the main dish page, so we'll create a new variable called steak. And on this page, we'll create a trigger that adjust variable steak value true when user clicks steak.
True that. Another way you could do it, and this is maybe a little bit more complicated, is you could have one main dish variable, and it could be add 1 when you click steak, add 2 when you click whatever, and then it would be a number variable, and then the number variable would carry over to the state in the thing. So it depends on how you like to do your variables.
I think because I'm new to them, I tend to go, your way, you're right, is more complicated to set up, but you're only dealing with one variable.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter which way you do it. It's just another way of doing it.
It's good to know.
Yeah, no, and that's one of the things I love about Storyline is there are so many ways to do it, and I think as I get more comfortable with variables, that's the more, I keep using the word, the more sophisticated way to do it, but as you get more skilled, you can get away with doing stuff like that.
I would think, like, we always look smart.
Or you can make yourself crazy.
That too.
Yeah.
All right, so then make another pizza variable, also true, false. And I do particularly like that's why. Copy and paste. And then I just change the
Steak to pizza. Right?
object pizza. Well, let me make sure that I actually, yeah, okay, good. There, and then one more, and we'll call that spaghetti. I do wish Storyline allowed you to copy and paste variables, but it doesn't. All right, so set.
You can duplicate variables though and rename them.
Can you? Oh no, I know
Yeah.
what it was. It was not variables. Under triggers, the conditions. You can't copy and paste triggers. I mean, not triggers. I'll explain it in a second.
How,
You can't conditions. You can't copy and paste conditions because sometimes I have a whole set of conditions that I want to set up. All right, so now back to the list cart and
did you
change.
did you copy? Did you name different variables though for each one of the entrees? You need to create variables for steak and pizza too, or did you already do that and I missed it?
I thought they were there.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, that was the first thing that I had done. Okay, so we're changing state of that to steak when variable
Steak. When variable changes, steak equals true.
that's not, let's see, so change state of rectangle 1 to steak when variable changes, but it's not giving me a to
And
true.
and the conditions are
That's what I was forgetting. If variable steak equals true. Okay. And then we do the same thing, change state of rectangle 1 to pizza when if pizza equals true. And then change state of rectangle if spaghetti.
Hey Jesse, you're
Yeah?
gonna have to change the second variable with state rectangle 1 to pizza when pizza changes.
You noticed that?
The second variable has to be
Oh, but I don't
pizza,
know how.
or else the trigger won't work.
Or code.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing about variables.
This is like
Yeah.
beyond.
And I would be driving myself nuts. Alright, let's see if that worked. Or am I missing something? I hope I'm not getting ahead of myself. Shop, main dish, steak, add to cart. Oh, maybe that's what I have to do.
Oh,
Didn't seem to work.
yeah, let's look at the variables again. Open up your variable thing. No, the little variable box.
This little box?
The one over on the right hand side.
Yeah, that's what this...
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can't see that, can you?
No.
No.
Well, that's frustrating. I wonder why.
Only so much sharing on Google.
Are you able to, is there an option to, are you just sharing the application or are you sharing your whole desktop?
Didn't look like you could, let's see. Oops. Share. I think you could only pick the individual
Just the program, yeah. I was just thinking that maybe those
screen.
pop-ups are, I was just thinking that maybe the pop-ups are looking at it as if it's something other than storyline.
Cameraman. Maybe under the control room? No.
Can you take a screenshot of the variable page or something
Yeah.
and then just share that maybe?
That's what I forgot. I just got a new computer, so I have Snagit, or I had Snagit. Now I don't, and that would have been like a 2-second thing. Let's see.
No worries. No worries.
Ooh. Crop. There we go. That'll be a little bit hard for you to see, but you should be able to see it. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can
Yeah, I
see
see
it.
it.
Hold on. Okay, so our variables are true, false. Let's go back to the page where we're selecting pizza, or making a selection.
Okay.
Okay.
What just happened? Okay. Okay. Can you see this now?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so let's look at our steak. So click on the second variable, set steak equal to true. Can you open that up?
So it says action adjust variable stake equals assignment value is true when user clicks object stake.
Okay, so that should do it. So we've changed it to true, and then remind me on the last page what the variable looks like when we go to the pick list or whatever, the cart.
So if we go to the cart, change state of rectangle 1 to stake when variable stake equals true.
Yeah, something's happening that it's not changing. So, did we not change? So when state changes, that's the object, not the variable, right? That stake that's underlined is the object, not the variable. There's a stake variable and then there's a stake object.
Right.
So I think that's where we're having the problem. Because that object state is not changing, it's the variable that's changing.
So this would be the object on this screen, right?
It should be the rectangles changing when the variable state turns to true. So we have a state here that's the variable, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to tell without being able to open it up, but I think that's the problem.
How about, because I actually, I have an emergency dentist appointment soon. So,
Okay.
Mary, if I email this to you, here, I'm going to save as, I'll save it to my desktop.
Okay. Send it to me and I'll think around with the variables.
Okay.
Okay. Emergency dentist appointment, that does not sound like fun. Sorry.
No, not particularly, but I, when we were on vacation down in Florida, and it happened like actually, I think the first day as we were driving down, um, I lost a cap.
Mm,
So, I mean, a nuisance kind of thing, and it hasn't really been affecting me too much, but it's like, it needs to get taken care of.
yeah.
So they've done their own version of it.
Okay, well, why don't you send that to me and I'll play around with the variables and I'll, do you want me to email it to both of you or should I put it in the the Google Drive? What do you want? What do you want
If you-
for the next step?
I would say put it in the Google Drive, unless,
Okay.
No, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
Okay.
just if you can get it in the drive, just put it in the drive, and that would be awesome.
Cool. All right. We can do that and I'll try to do the, I don't know how much it's built out, but I'll look at the main dish too, and we can do the same thing if we have enough information, and if not, then we can
Thank you.
talk about it further. Yeah, no problem.
all right, Frank, I'm CCing you as well.
Okay.
Dinner party. Storyline file. Okay.
I probably won't be able to take a look at this until like Wednesday, just as a FYI, but I'll try to get it done by so that it's in there by Thursday morning.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome. Yeah, because I know, Frank, you did a whole lot of work. I mean, you got us up to this point, which was awesome last week.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in and help too. So cool. I'll do that, and then hopefully I'll make this week's xAPI group meeting. But if not, we'll have something at least to report.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna do
Were you going to say something else?
No.
Oh, okay. All
I
right. Awesome.
appreciate that. I look forward to what that's going to look like. 'Cause I know that'll help me out with variables also. I know that's not the the point of this as much as the xAPI stuff, but it's great though to be able to work with other folks who know the domain, and I'm just appreciative of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Happy to help.
Well, that was one of the other things that I was looking forward to with this. Everybody has different skill levels with the different tools and stuff. So, yeah, it's just a great learning opportunity, whether it's specific to xAPI or just honing your skills on Storyline.
Okay, sounds great. Well,
Great.
I'm gonna let you go to your emergency dental appointment.
Yeah, thanks.
Have fun.
And take care. Thanks for including me today.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you for coming, and have a great
We'll be in
afternoon.
touch.
All right.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.